Well, hello, Heights Church family. Pastor Justin here, and it is great to be with you for another Summit Up devotional series. We're in the thread that disciples of Jesus take time with Jesus and time for others. And I want to share a story with you out of the book of John, chapter 2. I want to read it, and then I want to share some thoughts with you with it really quick. And it's this. On the third day, a wedding took place in Cana of Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding as well. When the wine ran out, Jesus' mother told him, "They don't have any more wine." Jesus responded, "What does that have to do? What does that have to do with you and me, woman?" Jesus responded, "My hour has not yet come." "Do whatever he tells you," his mother told the servants. Now 6 stone water jars had been set there for the Jewish purification, each containing about 20 to 30 gallons. "Fill the jars with water," Jesus told them. So they filled them to the brim. Then he said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the head waiter." And they did. When the head waiter had tasted the water, after it had become wine, he did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn it knew. He called the groom and told him, "Everybody sets out the finest wine first, and then after people have had too much to drink, the inferior. But you have kept the fine wine until now." Jesus did this and was the first of his signs in Cana of Galilee. He revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. As we're thinking about this, do you remember years ago there was that bracelet that was going around? It was WWJD. Do you remember this? What would Jesus do? I gotta be honest, I never liked that phrase. And my reasoning is because Jesus would do things that I don't have the ability to do. He would turn water into wine. He would feed 5,000 people with 2 loaves of bread or 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish. Like, I don't have that kind of power. Jesus would walk on water to meet his disciples. What I do love is what Mary did. See, there's a couple pieces of culture that I want to kind of run through here, because when we read this through the American lens, through our cultural context, we miss the significance of what really happened in this scene. The first part of it is that in America, we have a very much a self-identity, meaning that you and I rise and fall based on our own actions and elements. We don't bring honor or shame to our family. We bring honor or shame to ourselves based on our own actions and own merits. In the Eastern culture, in first century Jerusalem, and you see this like in samurai movies, right? You have brought shame upon the family. It's still existence in that your family unit, what I did or didn't do would bring shame and disgrace upon my family, would be talked about for years. It would fall badly on my parents, and vice versa. Like, their sins would kind of be stuck to me. Oh, he's the adulterer's son, right? I mean, this was very much the cultural context. And so you're having a wedding, and this young bride and groom, they're about to start their life together, have done a big social faux pas at a party. They have allowed themselves to run out of wine. Now, again, we don't understand this. In that culture, wine wasn't what we drink today. It was much more tame, meaning it didn't have the same alcohol content. But it was a big part of the social community and the social structure. And so them running out of wine would have brought shame upon them and upon their marriage. And not just that, but their family as well. So here you have Mary, the mother of Jesus, who sees this young couple getting ready to start out, who probably had some stigma or experience with being a pariah, because here she was pregnant prior to marrying Joseph, right? I mean, so here's a woman who socially might have had some things said about her because of that. Now, we know that the truth is that she was, God came over her and gave her the baby Jesus, and they stayed pure, he and Joseph and God. We know that story. But what I love about it is that Mary cares about this stuff in this young couple. And here's the key. She doesn't do what Jesus did. She doesn't turn the water into wine. She actually brought the problem to Jesus. It wasn't her problem. It was someone else's. We call it intercessory prayer That's the big fancy term for it. It's I'm praying or I'm bringing the problems or the struggles of someone else to the feet of Jesus. Well, brothers and sisters, this is my encouragement for you today, and my challenge out of this whole thought is, who in your life needs prayer? When you're sitting alone in your time, who does your mind wander to that is struggling, that is hurting, that needs you? Pray for them. And then send them a text just saying, hey, I want you to know I love you and I'm praying for you. Well, that's my encouragement for you today, Heights Church. I hope that you receive something out of this, and I pray that God would bless you and remind you to bring the needs of others to Him, because it's Jesus who has the power, not you and I. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you next time.